Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 3. Hopefully, you liked episode 1 and 2. The quality is hopefully only going to go up from here. I bought myself a microphone, so hopefully my voice sounds a little bit better. In the last episode, we encountered the living icicles, and the crew seemed to do really good with them. And we are now entering into the ice cave. So please enjoy episode 3 and stick around for episode 4 next week. Thank you. Ready to enter the cave?
Are we going in?
Yep. I am. Bye, guys.
So you enter this cave. It's a large cavern. Looks like any number of things could be in here. It is a very nice looking cave. But what you do see is the dragon is starting to kind of run in a direction. Oopsie. Over towards here, where there's a very large ice wall. The dragon seems to want to go up the ice wall, but it can't seem to climb on its own. You do see on the upper part of it that there is, a place to go. The cave is otherwise empty.
Does anybody have rope in their equipment?
I do. Yeah.
Do you also have a hook? I have 50 feet.
I have a crowbar.
Alright, so why don't you guys, I guess maybe set that up so we can climb out. I'm gonna sit here with my ink and pen and write down your bravery on getting my old wizard ass out.
Well, Dad, did you look at your inventory by any chance? Well, I'll just tell you. You have a climber's kit.
Yeah.
So the climber's kit gives you advantage on a roll for the climb.
Alright, so I'm going to attempt to climb up this ice wall.
So does anyone want to give Riley anything before he climbs up?
Oh, yeah.
I want him to take my rope.
There you go. Nice one.
I take the rope from my cleric.
All right. So, Dad, roll me a 20.
Point to my bleeding wound, say thanks for nothing, and then I try to climb this ice wall.
So, it is with advantage, so you get to roll again.
By the way, if I roll a 1, I get to roll over.
Do you now?
Oh, I forgot that. I rolled those 1.
Nice.
Yeah, because halflings have a thing called lucky.
I don't think that technically exists in this game, but that's fine. We could do that. So, Dad, you spectacularly fail climbing this wall, even with your climbing equipment. And, you make it about halfway up and you fall, and so you have to roll a 1d6 damage. 1 damage. Okay, perfect. So you're back down to where you were before your rest.
Back to half dead.
Back to half dead. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I'm going to try again with determination.
Yeah, that could work. Does anyone else want to try?
Yeah, I was thinking about giving it a try. I'm pretty strong. Or so I think.
Or so you think.
Could I get advantage if Edinburgh helps me by letting me stand on his shoulders?
My short dwarven shoulders.
To get you 3 feet closer from where you fell last time?
Well, as a halfling, it's not nothing.
Am I allowed to use the Cure Wounds spell on Fox? Or Riley?
You could.
Do you have cure wounds?
I don't think you do.
I don't think you put it in mine.
You only have what's on the character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, best of luck. I'm going to stay here with my blank book and my pen.
Alright, I'm going to stand on Edinburgh's shoulders and try again.
Alright, roll a 20. 14. So this time you'd succeed. So you make it all the way up to the top. What do you do?
Go down rope.
I look for a place to secure the rope.
Perfect.
Like anything that looks good for securing a rope.
You can do maybe an investigation check. You see a rock. You tie it around the rock. It seems good.
And then I lower the rope to the floor of the cave.
Beautiful. So, Riley lowered down the rope. Edinburgh is at the bottom. So, what order are you guys going to be going up this rope?
Well, I suppose I'm next because I'm there. I'm raring to go anyway.
Sounds good.
Who's gonna grab the dragon?
That's the big thing. Someone has to bring him up.
Yeah, I'll do that too because I'm strong. I have animal handling and athletics. I guess athletic, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I would pick too if I was you. I think that's good. Because the dragon already likes you.
Yeah, it seems to make sense for the situation. And a huge bonus.
Alright, sounds good. You got a dirty 20, so you make it up there, no problem with the dragon.
Hooray!
Alright, who's next?
Can I look around? Or do I see anything just by looking around normally?
You do see in the distance that there's a long cavern directly behind you. And it seems like that's the only place to go, and it seems like that's where the dragon also wants to go.
Okay. Nothing really on the wings?
Not really. There's a couple more of the cave paintings and things like that, but nothing else.
Okay. I'm going to yell down to Mama Cleric, who deciphered the other ones. I'm going to say, hey, there's more drawings up here. Too many R's in these words. I'm going to yell that there's more paintings up here, that you should look at them. And I'm complaining that the words have too many R's.
Alright, we all climb the rope with help from Riley and Burr pulling the rope. We get everyone up to the top.
Alright, roll a 20.
I
So,
want to use my history skills.
Mom successfully makes it up. The dragon is starting to run down the cave, Sarah. Sarah also makes it up the cave perfectly fine.
Yay.
Or up the wall.
Can I use my history knowledge for the drawings on the wall?
Yeah, so it's just, it's more like shamanic rituals and things like that. There is evidence of, it looks like what could be, trolls fighting a dragon. But you're not exactly sure. As you don't speak Trollish, and there are words written there as well, but you can't decipher them, unfortunately.
Okay.
So now we are in that room where there is a large cavern. You guys will notice that half of the screen is blacked out. As you get closer to this barrier, you notice that it's actually a large mirror. As you continue to go deeper, you notice that in the reflections, the dragon looks to be like a toddler-aged human in the reflections, and you all appear to be silver dragons. As you get closer to the mirror, you notice that a dragon comes up across the dragon. It is a platinum-colored dragon, and it speaks. You understand the words the dragon speaks, even though it isn't speaking a language that you know. It says, "You are on a blessed quest, and you must speak the correct words in the correct language to enter the lair of one of my children. Answer this question correctly, and you are in. What type of creature are you escorting home?"
Dragon.
A silver dragon.
Silver dragon.
So, make a Arcana, History, or Religion check.
Who?
Anyone.
I would think me.
Yeah, who's got the bonuses first?
What do we have to roll for?
Arcana and or history.
Or
I have
religion.
+5 for
And I
both.
think Mom's the only one with religion.
I have 5 for religion.
Alright.
Yeah, I have +5 for Arcana and history.
Rolled 17.
70, that's pretty good. Do you want to do a history check too, Sarah?
Sure. What is it?
17.
Plus
and
5.
Plus 5. So, Sarah, you remember, and Mom, you remember too, but just not as well. This large dragon is known as Bamat, who is the dragon of metallic colored dragons. So that includes brass, bronze, copper, gold, and silver dragons. The correct answer to the question is silver dragon. You do know that this dragon is friendly to humans and typically will offer blessings as it will. As you guys get closer to the mirror, you seem to return to your own forms again. The ice seems to melt around the mirror, and it splashes you, but it doesn't feel cold, but it feels very refreshing. You all, if you took damage, are now at full health through the blessing of Bahamut.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else got hurt, right?
No, he was the one that got hurt, and then he was bitching about it the whole time.
Alrighty. Well, that's like all rogues. So, as this cavern opens up, you notice that there's a lot of slides that seem to go down to the bottom. And it looks like you need to go down the slides in order to get to the next obstacle. As you approach the slides, you notice that the cavern behind you seems to collapse. So you have to choose your slide very carefully and very quickly.
Edinburgh says, "Oy, oy, oy."
The dragon seems to want to go with you, Edinburgh.
Does the dragon seem more apt to go down one or the other?
The dragon is now too nervous to really make a decision and is kind of coddling to Edinburgh's hand.
You know, I shared my rations with that thing.
So you can do perception, survival, whatever you want.
I think I'm going to roll for perception. That's plus 3.
Who's 17?
17 plus 3.
Yes.
So Sarah, what slide would you pick?
I think I'm going to pick the one on the right.
There are 2 on the right.
The one on the furthest right.
Can you ping it?
No, because my screen is still beige.
Alright, so the dragon sees you walking to the slide and decides to go with you. Sarah, congratulations, you picked the correct slide. However, as you hop on this slide and start to slide down, the slide collapses behind you, and now no one else can go down that slide.
Oh, bye guys. Me and my new dragon friend are going to have fun. We'll remember you in the history books. I'm going to write you down in my blank book with ink and pen while you all decide how to get down.
As you and the dragon are going down this slide, you notice that the other ones go towards sharp icicles, ice walls, and complete drops into the cavern below, which could be very dangerous. Alright, the cavern is now collapsing behind all of you. The black area is now where the cavern is collapsing.
Yeah.
Where are you all going?
I would try to heave down maybe one of these other things, maybe the top right one. Or do I already know about the ice spikes and all that?
I don't think you do. So you just kind of have to pick and pray. This slide also collapses behind you. Mom, you are about to die. You should move. And Dad, you are not far behind. It is collapsing.
Go down whatever slide is left.
I'll go down. Just
Alrighty.
go down.
Sounds good. Sarah is the only one who picked correctly, so she gets to kind of rest at the bottom. Good job, Sarah.
Me and the dragon are playing.
As we'll start with Brian. So as we go down this slide, you notice that you have some icicles coming up. You should pick a skill, and we'll roll a d20 to kind of decide how you get past it, and describe it as you go. Rule of cool does apply.
So I have my axe and everything still out. So I'm gonna use that like an ice. I'm gonna dig it into the ice and kind of drag myself to a halt. I needed awesome athletic strength before the spikes, and then
And then you'll just jump to the next slide. That's kind of how it's going to work.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna use my athletics to either slow down and jump, or just make like a really awesome jump.
Which would you prefer?
I would go with the slow down jump.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics, you said?
Athletics, yeah.
All right, make it happen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you jump on the path right behind Sarah, and you sail on through. And you are now down at the bottom, and the dragon is very happy now. And it says, Nita, Nita.
We have that.
And I go, Nito, Nito.
Nito, Nito. It looks at you.
Grateful dragon.
It looks at you confused. Let's see.
That's fine.
All right, Pops, we'll go with you next. As you go down, you notice that there is a huge wall coming very, very, very fast towards you. What would you like to do?
I will try to use my acrobatic skills to smash through it.
Acrobats smash through stuff?
Is it an ice wall?
It is. You can jump up above it. You can jump to another slide.
Oh, I will use my acrobatic skills to jump to another slide.
That sounds much better. I've never seen an acrobat bust through a wall. 10.
15.
Oh, that is a 15. So, you barely make it to the next slide. You're kind of clinging to the side, and you're now sliding a little bit more out of control. But you did avoid danger.
Yeah.
And Mom, how about you? You now see you're coming up to a big empty crevice that's about 100 feet, so it'll kill you if you fall through it. There's slides to the left and the right of you. You don't know which one is better. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use my athletics, my perception, to see what's in, to pick the best slide option.
Yeah, that sounds good. You have to do this very, very, very quickly. You might not have enough time to react afterwards, but you can definitely do it.
5.
So 5 plus 5. At a quick glance, you're panicking. There is a crevice coming. And what you do is you think the one to the left is a little bit better.
Okay, so I jump to the left.
Okay, you're going to roll with athletics?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Roll it. 13 plus
16.
16. Awesome. So yeah, you successfully make it to the next slide, and you start continuing down. Dad, you're still a little out of control. What is happening is now that you're not as in control of your slide, you notice that you're starting to kind of pop out the top. So let's make a corrective check. So how would you correct yourself while you're sliding?
I would use my athletics to try to slow myself down.
How are you going to use your athletics to do that?
I'll take out my gagger and stick it into the ice.
There you go. That's it. Descriptive. All right. Roll for it. 12. Yeah, you do it. So you successfully slow yourself down and you control yourself a little bit better. And you all make it to the bottom successfully. Congratulations. No damage. That's great. Alrighty. So now you enter this cavern. It's a large chamber. I'm just going to move the things a little bit. I'm so sorry. But you move or you land in this cavern down here. What you see is you see 3 large rock-looking things, and one that looked like the rock used to be there. Here, what you see is 2 strange creatures, and they appear to be trying to take the remaining 2 rocks. They are very shocked to see you, and they turn to you, and they kind of growl. What would you like to do?
Are they trolls? Like, do I know what they are?
You can make a history check.
You want me to do it? I think I have a higher history than you do, bro.
Well, Brian has made the decision, so Brian should do it.
That's true.
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good, 16. So you know that these technically aren't trolls, but they do work with trolls in order to, or they're typically hired by trolls to steal eggs from dragons.
Oh.
So they are called egg thieves, and you definitely do know that as you have lived in the mountains. As they kind of come to their senses and realize that you guys are here, they turn and they pull out their swords.
Alright. I'm going to pull out my axe.
Thank you guys so much for watching episode 3. We have one more episode left, which we'll be releasing next week. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this so far. Peril in Pinebrook was a pleasure to run. Super easy, pre-made characters, really good for new DMs and new players alike. The reason I'm releasing this is that because I don't really see footage of it online at all, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Again, I'm a new DM, we have new players, and everything is brand new for us, but we're really liking it so far. We actually had our session 1 for our main campaign, which I'll be releasing sometime in March. We had a great time. The audio and video quality isn't great, if I'm being honest. It's been really hard to edit, but hopefully you guys still enjoy it. Some of you may have noticed that there's a kind of a weird song playing in the background of the Peril in Pinebrook. My brother and I, we used to write music together back in the day, and this is kind of a jam song that we made as a joke in a band we had called Wounded Wookie. So, it kind of popped up on my Apple feed, and I just popped it in, and it kind of fit, so I just left it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. You'll join us again next week for episode 4, the final episode, and maybe I'll do a reflection episode too. Thank you all so much.